How's everyone feeling right now?
Better.
Maybe we can close the windows because there's a lot of sound coming from the outside. I think we can close one, maybe two. I just don't want it to get too stuffy in here. Welcome everyone to this New Earth Everything event. I'm so happy you're here. This is a really amazing group of people that have come together to basically be together and to connect and to raise our vibration, to bring in the light, hold it in our body, and basically ground it into the earth, which is ascending, which needs this light right now.
Is it pretty okay if we close the windows? I mean, the sound will be better. It will become hot, but then again, it's hot, right? So we'll just sweat it out.
That's an air conditioning right there.
Just becomes sauna.
That's a fan behind it.
Oh, behind the air conditioning.
I think that might be too much noise if we turn it.
It's so noisy. Yeah, this already changes a lot.
Those need to stay open.
Okay, we'll keep those open.
I would like to invite Hira to begin.
I'm ready.
You sound like a
Agreeing. Okay, so my name is Hira Hosèn. I don't think you need a long explanation about all that. I like to, one of my practices is not to identify with being a woman or being even a human being, while actually being the best version of a human being I can be, but without like really identifying to even the experience, because if I identify to all my thoughts, all my actions, all my emotions and all my experiences, then what's going to be left of my true me? We have like 99% of our energy is invisible, is like something else than this form that we take as a human being. So that's why I don't like so much like big introductions and about me or whatever. I am super honored and super happy to be here in Brooklyn. It just like all just came together to be with Stephanie, and the way that she has set everything up and that you're here. I'm super grateful. And this is actually quite a big thing, so I'm really happy that you all showed up, because it means that you're really wanting to do something for the planet. This is not like an event where you come for yourself, even though there will be personal healing happening as well. So it's really about the solstice being like an activator. So the solstice is like, you could say that there's special times. That's why ancient times also everyone would come together in the solstice, because it's like gates are opening, like gateways are opening, cosmic gateways, universal gateways. And because we are going through this process of ascension, planetary ascension, universal ascension, there's so many levels of ascension. It's not only humanity or the earth that are all going through this process of ascension, but it's like the whole galaxy is going through this process. So a lot of us are feeling this urge, and a lot of us really want to participate into this ascension. And I feel that there's actually several gateways in New York City. That's why it's such a powerful place, and that's why it's drawing so many people in. Because here, a lot of people I've heard the last days only about, I came here because I can be myself. I came here because I'm not weird. I came here because nobody looks at me like a weird person and stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm just happy that we are going to participate into it. It doesn't mean that the gateway is right here. It just means that on this ground, there is gateways, and we are actually clearing them, because they have been here like, since forever. But they are blocked, they are locked, and they are like, you know, it's like a lock that needs a code, and then when you type in the code, the lock unlocks. That's basically what we're doing here. So we're just basically unlocking the codes of this area of the ground, like all the energy below it, and obviously there's a lot to clear, so don't worry. It's not like, oh, we'll just clear the whole energy of Brooklyn, and you know, it's not like that. It's more like it's very easy and very sweet and very, you can see it almost from the perspective of it is already done. Okay, so it's not like, oh, we're going to have a hard time here or doing a lot of hard work. It's like all you need to do is just be present and just be guided by this beautiful energy that has been guiding you here, right? So this source energy that is going to come through and is already coming through, but it will get stronger and stronger as we go into this meditation, then all you need to do is just be like an open channel. Okay, so let me just...
In Central Park, there's it.
In Central Park, there's...
Yes. That's what I read.
Sorry?
That's what I read. In Central Park, there's like a gateway or...
Right. Yeah.
Portal.
I wouldn't be surprised at all. Yeah.
I might be going tomorrow night for a meditation. I'll invite you all as well.
Yeah. I actually don't know exactly where they are.
Yeah, I think I read that in Central Park there is like a gateway, whatever.
Right. A gateway, whatever? Yeah.
Portal.
Mm-hmm. Basically, we are portals. So you're a portal, we're all portals. Like we're the ultimate, human beings are the ultimate portals. Because in our DNA, there's like DNA is like a multi-dimensional structure. It's not only what the scientists see, you know, you all know that, and I'm talking about DNA now because we are all getting like upgrades. It's something that you don't even need to be aware of. It's just happening to all of humanity. But it's this DNA is like a gateway into our multi-dimensional being. So you know those computer programs where you have this DNA turning around itself. Okay, you all like visualize this right now. You just kind of feel it, right? How they just kind of like lock into each other, these two strands, or how many strands are there exactly right now?
Well,
how
like
many
just
are
the
we
double
on?
Helix that they
Yeah, the
always-
double helix thing, exactly. So I'm not a biologist, so you know, but I can see it, I can feel it. Yep. And so it's like the thing is that that's the outside layer of our DNA. But once you start to go in, and that's what we will do during this meditation, is that we will start to go into that DNA and then find our multidimensional being inside of it. So it's like, for example, when you're in front of a beautiful lake with mountains behind it, and you look at the lake, then you see the mountains reflected in the lake. Okay, you're following what I'm saying? So below that lake, there is a whole world out there. There's fishes, there's, you know, all kinds of stuff, but you can't see it. You just see the reflection of those mountains in that water. That's how is our DNA. So what we see of that DNA, that double helix and all the strands and everything, that's like the mountains reflecting on the lake. So once you go in, like you consciously, that's what we will be doing during this meditation. We will it's a part of it. We will consciously go into that DNA, and we will find what's under that lake, like inside of the lake, the fishes and everything, like the multidimensional being that we are. There, when you're in that state, consciously connecting to your DNA in that sense, you can unlock like a lock, like you're unlocking it with certain codes, like you type I don't know what number. That's when it starts to open up, and that's when you can actually access your multidimensional being. So even if your brain is a bit like, yeah, right, what is all this about? I really ask you that during this meditation, just let the mind think what it wants to think. That's fine, but don't overanalyze all this stuff. Just kind of like go with your feeling, and then if we say like DNA or visualize it or see, sense or feel it, and you can't, then just go with your knowing. Like you all know what DNA is, even though you might maybe not exactly understand it as a biologist. So that DNA is a portal. So every cell of your body is a portal. You are a portal as a human being, carrying those locks, those codes, you can call them source codes. Now we're in the middle of the solstice, summer solstice, so you could call them solstice codes, light codes. There's so many names that you could use for it. And so, you know how scientists say that a lot of our DNA is kind of like crap, so they're like, yeah, this is an important part of your DNA, but the rest is just kind of like baggage. Well, that's absolutely not true. That baggage is the interesting part. So it's very, very, very strong time for all of us to come together and to hold space for those stargates that are happening, the source stargates, and the galactic and universal ascension to actually be activated. So I thank you for being here, and if you have any questions, that would be great, but I would love to just go in meditation and just basically experiment it and just do it all together than again over analyzing whatever we do. These are just words, and once we go into meditation, we go into a state where it's beyond those words and it's experience, it's a knowing, it's a deep, you connect to your creator state, you connect to you being the creator of your reality. So that's a whole different, and I like to connect to you on that level. I like it way more than, you know, what's your name, talking and stuff like that. But please, if you have a question. 2 questions. Yeah, sure.
I'm curious where you're from.
I'm from the stars.
But know your accent.
Right, and then the second question?
And what are these right here?
Right, so these are light. This is light language. I just came from a workshop with Jamie Price. Maybe you know her. She gives workshops of light language. This was in Switzerland. And so this is the way that she writes light language. So this one, for example, this is galactic codes, and that is an open channel. So I brought them because it channels galactic codes into the energy. Just looking at it is already like, it kind of like unlocks these codes within you. And this is just one way. So light language is like a multi-dimensional communication. So instead of linear, like following time, it's a multi-dimensional language that speaks to your soul and to your heart. So even if I would sign light language, I would start to do something with my hands, or sing light language, or speak light language, or write light language. Like this is just one way. There's millions of ways to do this. Then, even though you might not understand with your brain, it seems to be the theme, because this is I think the 4th time I'm talking about it, is that even if you don't understand it with your brain, then it goes right through it. It doesn't matter if you understand it or not. There's something, if you can just be open, that's the only thing. If you can be open, then you can actually just receive the energy that comes from it. This is a prayer. It's a Lyran Pleiadian prayer, which says Isha, Ema, Eta. And I might say those words because they are a very strong prayer. And so it means I receive you, I love you, and I continue your love forward. It's like when you meet somebody, you are changed, and you carry that love forward. Whatever that exchange was, you carry it forward as being love. So, yeah, look her up. She's amazing. Jamie Price. Yeah, she's amazing. So there might be some of that. So thank you very much for that question. There might be some of the... I might start doing some light language, and I have no idea what's going to come through, because I just open myself up and source just starts, you know, I have boundaries, so I don't let just any energy come in. I work with certain energies, like she works with Kuan Yin, and I work with other energies. And so, yeah, if I start to kind of like, it's a bit like a dance, or say different words, or sing tone, or some things like that, and that's what's coming through. Thank you. Any other questions?
Yeah, you should ask where you're from.
I said from the stars.
Oh, from the stars.
Yeah.
I don't hear too well.
Okay. So is that on?
I'm sorry, do you mind if I close this one? It just kind of drives me crazy. There's so much sound.
It's so strong, even with the windows closed. This is the most noisy place I've ever been in, and it's kind of funny because we're in Brooklyn, so it seems to be the normal thing of the day, right? It's, you know what works? I've been meditating in a Zen temple for 10 years. I've been living in a Zen temple for 10 years. I'm actually a Buddhist nun, like a Zen nun. And because we were in the temple, then when we would meditate somewhere else, where there was cars and everything, it would drive me nuts. And so I had to learn to completely blend with the sound. So instead of fighting against the sound, you just say, this sound is part of my experience, this sound is part of the oneness. And so then you start to accept those sounds, and then you can expand your hearing actually further up, down, to the left and the right. You just expand your hearing, and whatever you hear, you just include it into your meditation. And even if it's a little hard, you just say, okay, this apparently needs to be here right now, and this is part of the oneness, and it's part of the oneness that we are. And then you will start to calm down into the sounds. But I agree, they are very, very loud. So during the meditation, I will kind of repeat this, like just go into those sounds, welcome them instead of trying to resist them or fight them, which goes for everything in life. You do light language? Yeah.
One sister of mine.
I can totally imagine that. Yeah. Yeah, so feel free at any given point, not during the guided meditation, but once we are in and the light language start, if it does, then feel free to join.
I have a question.
Yeah.
It felt like I was releasing this afternoon. Could that be related to this that I was coming?
Yeah.
I felt like that's what was happening. I shook and
Yeah, like strong physical response. Yeah. So it responds in many different ways. It can be emotional, mental, physical, spiritual, and also it's a very strong time. So it could be related to the event, could be related to the whole cosmic. The moons, the triad of the moons, the super moons. There's a lot of stuff. Yeah, a lot of stuff. So, but we also had we connected today to prepare in a way to align our energies for this event, and it was a release as well for both of us. So we all carry, we carry a lot, and to be able to make an event like this, I'm like super proud of all of you. I mean, it's like, you have to be ready. It's like you can't make it. Even if you would want to, you'll just get lost just on that corner. You just like for 2 hours you don't know what happened, and then you'll just enter like when it's just done. It's like you're here, you're all like totally ready and you're doing it. So, but it doesn't mean you don't have anything to release anymore. Yeah, it's like you're still carrying a lot of baggage. Like we just came out of the dark ages. I mean, like oh my God, we're just getting out, just. That's probably what you're releasing.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What did you say? I couldn't hear you. You said after the guided meditation.
Yeah, when the light language starts, or it's more you will feel, it's different. Like it's like a transmission, and a lot of energy will come through. So some will feel it like an emotional energy, some will feel it like something else, physical response. Then I invited her and anybody else who wants to do that to actually start transmitting that light language. That's what I said.
So can we, what does that mean? Can we vocalize?
You can vocalize, you can, but not too loud, obviously. Like don't go Like if you're not sure what you're doing, then be sure it's not your ego that's coming out, but that it's you're really channeling source or any energy related to it. Not that your ego is not source, but that's a whole different story. And then you can totally join. Yeah, you can. So some will feel like they want to move, so you can move.
Can we stand
You
too?
can stand, you can lay down, you can sing, you can come to the altar and touch or not, but you know, like whatever comes to you. You can go to someone, look in their eyes, like whatever. So, but in the beginning we will just like really build it up and really go into that state. And once you're in that state and the light language starts, you will feel, you will feel that what is your way of joining into that transmission. Okay?
Thank you. 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 Thank you.
Okay, so is there anything you want to add, change? Try to make your body as comfortable as possible, and also during the meditation, obviously if you want to move or you have to change position to make your body more comfortable, then please do, because when our body is not comfortable we can't really go into a deeper state, because there will be tensions and stuff like that. Your body is actually the one who is your most valuable ascension tool. A lot of times we forget about that and we get all spiritual and up there and flying and stuff, but it's actually your body who is your most valuable ascension tool and that knows everything. So don't just deny your body. Like, you have to be comfortable and really listen to it, and if it wants to stand up, you stand up. If it wants to go away, you go away. Like, you know, be with your body and just listen to it. So okay, so let's just all just watch our breath. So we're going to, if you can, breathe through your nose. And if you cannot breathe through your nose, then breathe through your mouth, but visualize, imagine that you're breathing through your nose. If you can breathe through your nose, then close your mouth and breathe through your nose, in and out. And just start with observing your breath going in and out of your body. So you become the observer, you become the one who observes your breath going in and out of your body. And while you are observing your breath going in and out of your body, feel how your body naturally starts to relax. Now all the sounds that you're hearing, make them a part of your meditation. All the people in the cars and the buses and the police cars and everything that's passing, make them a part of your meditation. Welcome them within your heart, within yourself, as a part of you. And you're just observing your breath going in and out of your body, and feel how the air is passing through your nose into your lungs, and from your lungs into the rest of your body, every cell of your body. And when you breathe out, feel the breath passing your nose and into the air. And feel how you are connected through the air with all the living beings on this planet. And so while you're breathing and while you're observing your breath going in and out of your body, you feel how naturally your body starts to relax. So bring your awareness to your physical body and feel how your belly is relaxing, your back is relaxing, your arms, your legs, your feet, your hands, your neck, your face, the muscles around your eyes, the muscles around your mouth. And feel how your breath is going deeper and how you are going deeper into like a meditative state. And feel how that connection in between your awareness and your physical body is bringing you this connection in between the awareness and your physical body is bringing you into a deeper state of meditation. And there is a stillness in your physical body. And connect to that physical stillness. And feel how this is effortless, how you're not making any efforts. And if you are making any efforts, then just drop them. And just be aware of the connection with your physical body and the stillness of your physical body. Now connect to your inner silence. And feel, see, sense how by connecting to your inner silence, you're dropping deeper into an inner peace. You really feel this inner silence. And even though everything around you is moving, even though everything around you and even maybe inside of you, everything is changing, when you connect to that inner stillness, you feel this deep inner peace. You connect with this part of yourself which is unchangeable, eternal. And then connect to the spaciousness of your heart, the spaciousness of your mind. Feel, see, sense that spaciousness. Everything is space. Your body is space. Your thoughts are space. Your heart is space. Even in science, they say that 99.999% everything is just pure space, right? Your body is space. This room we're in is space. Everything is just pure space. So connect to that spaciousness without any effort. And because we are connected to the stillness of our physical body, the silence of our speech, and the spaciousness of our mind and our heart, we are connected to our inner source. We are now connected to our being, our non-physical being. And feel your infinite awareness. Feel that you are, I am, infinite space, full of potential, infinite potential. Now just for a moment, just feel how you are connected to your source inside, and feel how that is healing you, charging you with energy. How that space is holding you. You could really feel, see, sense, or know it like you're like a child in the loving arms of mother or space. So that space is holding you, protecting you, guiding you, healing you. Now in this space of source, we're going to feel, see, sense our DNA. So whatever is your way, you might be a very visual person or more a sensor or a knower. So while we are connected to our source inside, while we are guided and protected by source and this infinite space, feel the air as you are breathing in and as it is going into your lungs and into your body. And now feel the air that is just around your nose. There is air there. And feel, see, sense how that air has very small particles in there. I believe they call it neutrons and protons and I don't know, electrons. They have all kinds of names for it. You don't need to know the names, just really focus on those very small particles in the air. And then when you breathe in, you can follow one or two of those particles going into your nose, into your lungs, and then just follow it through into the body, wherever it's going. It might be going into your legs, it might be going into an organ, might be even going into your toes, whatever it is, just follow it through, going into one of your cells. And while you're following it through with your consciousness, in that cell there is your DNA. Follow it through up until your DNA, and then see, feel, sense, or know your DNA. You can imagine it like a computer image, 3D, 4D, how it's like all whirled up, and this very impressive part of us, which we call DNA. And then just go through the DNA into the core of the DNA, go through it. It's really like a portal. You will find that once you are passing through your DNA like a portal, you connect to your multidimensional being, which is existing in oneness, connected to all these multidimensional levels of existence. Now, as Source is guiding this meditation, ask Source to show you which DNA, which part of your DNA, which codes of Source, and whatever words you're using. Source doesn't need words, so just with your intuition, just ask to be guided towards that part of you which is ready to be activated. As you are, as a human being right now in Brooklyn, summer solstice, or wherever you are in the world, and you feel, see, sense that whatever is your way of perceiving it. This is the beautiful thing about this new earth, which has already manifested on our planet. The earth has already ascended, and we all have a unique gift. We all have a unique way of perceiving this new earth. So some of you will see it like literally like light forms and shape, like as if it's like written in gold or diamond, or some of you will feel it like some sort of a diamond plasma, crystalline shapes and forms, and some of you will literally connect to source in your own way. So while this is happening, you can ask for those codes that are serving your highest good and highest vibration that you can actually manifest right now into your life, and also ask for the highest vibration possible timeline wise for our earth, for our new earth, for the whole of the human collective. And many of you just now, while we did that, just now when we set the highest possible timeline vibrational wise for the new earth, you just saw something changing. You received a different type of energy. So just put yourself in some sort of a receiving mode and receive that transmission, receive that energy. And even if you wouldn't feel or see or sense anything right now, it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean it's not happening. It's just, just trust that this process is happening and just stay open. Just stay open. Okay, now we're going to bring this high vibrational timeline with these source codes and light codes into your daily life right now. We want to manifest it straight away. There's no reason to wait. This whole game, this whole waiting game that we have been playing for so many thousands of years, it's, if you want it to be over, then it's totally over. There's no more waiting. You don't need to feel inside, reflect inside for a little moment, where you are waiting for the others to wake up, or you're waiting for the world to be better, or you're waiting for yourself to reach a certain state of evolution and then you can become enlightened, or you're the highest goal or whatever you have. But this is a game. You can have it all right now. You can be it completely right now. So that, just reflect on that, like where am I waiting? Where am I still waiting? You might be waiting for your partner, your family, your friends, so you can gently let that go, because when you go, you help everyone. And so you can have it all right now. You can be that version of you, that high vibrational version of you right now. And so just what we will do just for a little moment is that we imagine this new earth world Like I'm, for example, having visions right now of the new Earth, another timeline, very close, not that long in the future, where our wave transportation is on free energy and we are not using any sounds or whatever to move forward, or oil or resources like that. This is just an example, this is just what came through me. So whatever it is that you can imagine right now of that new Earth, which is already here, it's just that, you know, on the very dense vibrations, we just like need to manifest it. Imagine that, because imagination is like a shortcut. If you can imagine it right now, then your brain and your body doesn't even know the difference in between what you're imagining or what you're actually experiencing. So it means that it's a shortcut, and you are bringing in that new timeline, you are living that new Earth, and everything around you and inside of you will actually line up to actually give that to you. Imagine that we're doing this with 20 people, 100 people, 1,000 people, 1 million people. Imagine how fast it can happen. And also feel how we as a group here together are supporting this new Earth. There's millions of light workers everywhere, all working together, building healing centers, inventing new ways of energy, communicating with each other and with their new ways of communicating to their body, to their surrounding, to their family, their relations. It's like all in a higher vibration of love and unity consciousness. And because we're doing it during this summer solstice, you can imagine that we are like having a power of being magnified about 100 or 1,000 times, because the cosmic stargates and the source stargates are all open, especially during these times. And your body is that portal. So your body, imagine we are living in a holographic universe, and your body is the one who is projecting that reality constantly from the inside out. So that holographic universe, what do you want it to be? What does it look like? What does it feel like? Feel it. Like we're creating that world from our feelings. Do you feel joy? Do you feel ease? Do you feel relief? Do you feel like, oh my God, we made it. We totally did this. Do you feel how the air is clean and the water is clean? The ground is clean. Our bodies are clean and clear. Okay, now not only in our imagination we feel, see, sense this high vibrational timeline of the new Earth, but it's new Earth everything, remember? That's why you're here, new Earth everything. What does that mean to you? How would you express that right now? Having absolutely no limitations whatsoever Like this whole limitation game, just throw it away as well if you want, if you're ready for it. There's an infinite amount of abundance. Anything you want, all the resources up there, all there. So if you have that infinite abundance, what would it look like? What would you be creating right now? What would you be expressing? And even if the mind comes in and says, yeah, but it's not possible, you know how it goes and stuff like that, you just overrule your mind. You just go on feeling it. What does it feel like for you? Okay, we're going to go and bring it even deeper into this density. Now feel it in your body. What does your body feel like? Feel that source energy running into every cell of your physical body. Feel like an energy, a warmth, a tingling sensation, and if it doesn't, then just welcome those blockages. Sometimes we feel the energy is running, and then in certain chakras or certain points in the body it's just not flowing. Then just be aware of that and just welcome that resistance and say, resistance, you're welcome here. Pain in my knee, you're welcome here. Whatever blockages come up for you in your physical body, you can welcome them and say, resistance, you are welcome here. And while you do that, you will notice that that charging of your body, that warmth and that tingling sensation, just keeps on running at a higher and higher vibration. So just like open yourself up like an open channel and receive that source energy, that pure high vibration into your physical body. And while you're doing that, we will start some of this light language transmission, and you can totally join in as you wish. You can move around, you can dance, you can vocalize it, you can sing, you can speak. Just try to do it as gently as you can, as not to disturb your neighbors, but you can totally move around and participate into and really listen to your body, listen to your heart and your feelings. What do they wish to express right now? And if there is resistance coming up again, all you need to do is to welcome it and be present with it. And if there's in any way you feel blockages or resistance, then all it needs is your presence. You just stay with it with your warm energy of love and light and presence. It will start to heal. Okay, this is beautiful. So we're going to slowly, we're going to take our time, so we don't need to do it instantly, but we're very slowly going to bring our energies a bit more inside again, like inside of ourselves. We're going to slowly, you don't need to close yourself, but you can close a little bit all those open channels. Just slowly. Take your time, your own rhythm, exactly as you're feeling it. And also please know that this is always available, so we're not closing ourselves off from anything. This is always available. But in order to be able to function in the world that we are living in, it's good to kind of seal your energy in a way that it's not a closing off or anything, but it's a very strong boundary where you, especially after things have moved in your physical body and in your emotional body, mental body, spiritual body, ego body, you know, all these different, we exist in so many different levels and dimensions, is that we're going to bring that energy inside of us and just really slowly bring it to a close. So all this energy that you are feeling, this movement, just dedicate it to all the beings in all the worlds, and especially those who need it the most. We all know people in our lives or in our environment. We see them every day, right? Especially here in, you know, countries where there's even children that have no food or, you know, stuff like that. So really send this energy and spread it everywhere. So I know it sounds contradictory because we're kind of closing it down and then we're spreading it, but this energy that you've received now it's like seeds. See them as seeds and they will grow into flowers and trees. So it's not something that will instantly manifest. This is something you have received and you will spread into your families, your relationships, your work, and into your world. So that's what I mean with kind of like a close. So you're taking that energy inside, like you've received a lot of gifts, and at the same time you can dedicate this energy, this healing energy that we have created all together, to a human collective, to somebody you know, to anybody that needs it, for it to reach them in their times of need.
I'm going to offer a water blessing. This water has already received the frequencies of this space, of all of us here together, very, very powerfully. I would like to invite you to feel the frequency of this particular sutra called the Heart Sutra. It's going to be spoken in Chinese. This is the sutra that is protected by Bodhisattva Guanyin. After the water receives that frequency, I'm going to pass around the water for you to receive it in your own way. So the water is very potent, so I would invite you to feel into your body to see if your body wants to receive the water. Sometimes the frequency of the water and the frequency of the body, the contrast is very wide, so it can be a shock if you bring this water into. So sometimes you might want to just take it into your hands and then just dab it on your body. If you feel that you have an ailment that you are ready to heal, you may receive the water and put the intention of healing that. You may also do this on the behalf of someone who is ill. So I invite you to trust your body, to trust your higher self, to feel how you would like to receive this water that we are all contributing to blessing. And may this water enter our bodies and give us life and nourishment so that we may send this back out into the world, put it into the waters of the world, and let that water stream all throughout our planet, carrying this frequency of love and light.般若波罗蜜多心经，观自在菩萨行深般若波罗蜜多时，照见五蕴皆空，度一切苦厄。舍利子，色不异空，空不异色，色即是空，空即是色。受想行识，亦复如是。舍利子，是诸法空相，不生不灭，不垢不净，不增不减。是故空中无色，无受想行识，无眼耳鼻舌身，无眼界，乃至无意识界，无无明，亦无无明尽，乃至无老死，亦无老死尽，无苦集灭道，无智亦无得，一无所得故，菩提萨埵依般若波罗蜜多故，得阿耨多罗三藐三菩提。心无挂碍，无挂碍故，无有恐怖，远离颠倒梦想，究竟涅槃。三世诸佛依般若波罗蜜多故，得阿耨多罗三藐三菩提。故知般若波罗蜜多是大神咒，是大明咒，是无上咒，是无等等咒，能除一切苦，真实不虚。故说咒曰：揭谛，揭谛，波罗揭谛，波罗僧揭谛，菩提萨婆诃。 prefer to drink from the cup. Up to you. So we're going to close now. I would like to say, have fun integrating this energy, and I really, really look forward to continuing to connect and grow together. I would actually like to take 2 minutes to invite each person to either say one word or a gesture or a sound, just to put your imprint into the space so we can all hear and feel each other. So.
Joy.
That was nice. I like it.
Abundance. Rain it.
Oneness.
Song.
Sorry.
Song. Pure potentiality.
Extend my love from my heart to everyone here. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Joy, thank you.
Freedom.
Yep.
Does anyone know there's this thing like where you all clap together? Like, you know, like, but it's like, maybe just like, yeah, maybe we can do 3 claps to close together.
Okay.
Ready? It is probably exactly 9:30 right now.
Well done.
Timing. We have to be out of this space in 15 minutes, so I would appreciate everyone sort of gathering their things or helping us clean up, and we can, you know, if we like, take the conversation out or whatever.
Do you want this?
Oh yes, can you end
Yes,
that
yes,
meeting?
yes, yes.
Goodbye, Facebook. Goodbye.